The Guizhou Miao Dragon Boat Festival is a traditional folk event held every year by the Miao people in the Shibingtai River Basin of the Qingshui River in the southeastern part of Guizhou, China on the 25th day of the 5th lunar month after the Dragon Boat Festival. The local Miao people will row a canoe dragon boat on this day. In addition to dragon boat racing, there are other activities such as dancing, singing folk songs, and so on. In the Miao language, the dragon is called Ern, and the dragon boat is called Lu Ern. The Miao people in Guizhou have dragon boats shaped in unique ways and several competition rules. Compared with dragon boats in other regions, the Miao Dragon Boat Competition is not during the Dragon Boat Festival, but after the Dragon Boat Festival. It is hollowed out of fir wood, and a canoe in the middle is the mother boat. The child boat and the mother boat are tied in a row with bamboo strips. The dragon boat culture of the ethnic groups in southern China has a long history. Every year during the Dragon Boat Festival, many ethnic groups will row a dragon boat to commemorate a great poet Qu Yuan. However, in the Qingshui River Basin, the descendants of Qi, a tribal leader defeated by the Yellow Emperor, who is a legendary ruler in ancient times, the Miao people would row a dragon boat to commemorate a legend, the story of a brave father killing a dragon. The dragon boat in the Qingshui River Basin is different from the traditional Chinese dragon boat, but a canoe dragon boat with a whole stick of wood as the hull. The dragon boat culture of the Miao people is also quite special, in that there are not only the ritual process of killing dragons and eating dragon meat, but also the belief in worshipping and respecting dragons. The two are harmoniously combined in the Miao culture. Qu Yuan is a member of the Miao nationality and an official of the Chu State in ancient China. The Chu State was established by the Miao nationality. When the Chu State existed, the Han nationality had not yet appeared. Now the Han people regard Qu Yuan as a Han nationality and commemorate Qu Yuan. The only surviving source of information on Qu Yuan's life is Sima Qian's biography of him in records of the grand historian Shiji, although the biography is circumstantial and probably influenced greatly by Sima's own identification with Chu. Sima wrote that Chu was a member of the Chu royal clan and served as an official under King Hui of Chu, reigned 328 to 299 BC. During the early days of King Hui's reign, Qu Yuan was serving the state of Chu as its left minister. However, King Hui exiled Qu Yuan to the region north of the Han River, because corrupt ministers slandered him and influenced the king. Eventually, Qu Yuan was reinstated and sent on a diplomatic mission to the state of Qi. He tried to resume relations between Chu and Qi, which King Hui had broken under the false pretense of King Hui of Qin to cede territory near Shangyu.During King Qingxiang's reign, Prime Minister Zilan slandered Qu Yuan. This caused Qu Yuan's exile to the regions south of the Yangtze River. It is said that Qu Yuan returned first to his hometown. In his exile, he spent much of this time collecting legends and rearranging folk odes while traveling the countryside. Furthermore, he wrote some of the greatest poetry in Chinese literature and expressed deep concerns about his state. According to legend, his anxiety brought him to an increasingly troubled state of health. During his depression, he would often take walks near a certain well to look upon his thin and gaunt reflection in the water. This well became known as the Face Reflection Well. On a hillside in Xiangluping, at present-day Zigui County, Hubei Province, there is a well that is considered to be the original well from the time of Qu Yuan. In 278 BC, learning of the capture of his country's capital, Ying, by General Bai Qi of the state of Qin, Qu Yuan is said to have collected folktales and written the lengthy poem of lamentation called Lament for Ing. Eventually, he committed suicide by wading into the Miluo River in today's Hunan Province while holding a rock. The reason why he took his life remained controversial and was argued by Chinese scholars for centuries. Typical explanations including martyrdom for his deeply beloved but falling motherland, which was suggested by the philosopher Zhu Xi of Song Dynasty, or feeling extreme despair to the situation of the politics in Chu while his lifelong political dream would never be realized. But according to Yu Fu, widely considered to be written by Chu himself or at least a person who was very familiar with Chu, his suicide was an ultimate way to protect his innocence and life principles. Qu Yuan is said to have expressed his love for the ruling monarch, King Hui of Chu, through several of his works, including the Lament and Longing for Beauty. Qu Yuan is regarded as the first author of verse in China to have his name associated to his work, since prior to that time, poetic works were not attributed to any specific authors. He is considered to have initiated the so-called saw style of verse, which is named after his work Li Saw, in which he abandoned the classic four-character verses used in poems of Shi Jing and adopted verses with varying lengths. This resulted in poems with more rhythm and latitude in expression. Qu Yuan is also regarded as one of the most prominent figures of Romanticism in Chinese classical literature, and his masterpieces influenced some of the great Romanticist poets in Tang Dynasty. During the Han Dynasty, Qu Yuan became established as a heroic example of how a scholar and official who was denied public recognition suitable to their worth should behave. The Miao Sisters Festival, a traditional festival of the Miao people in Laotuan and Shidong, Taijiang County, Guizhou Province, is one of the national intangible cultural heritages. The Miao Sisters Festival is celebrated between the 16th to the 18th of March on the Chinese lunar calendar. The Miao Sisters Festival is centered on young women, and the main activities are singing songs and dancing wearing costumes, traveling parties, eating sisters' meals, and exchanging tokens between young men and women. The festival is large in scale and rich in unique content. Eating sisters' meal is an important ceremonial matter on the Miao Sisters' Day. The sister meal is also a token given by the girls to couples to express their affection, and it is the most important symbol of the festival. Catching fishes and shrimps in Shimoda is one of the sister rice events, and drumming is an important way for the entire community to participate to the festival. Under the elaborate dress of their parents, the girls dressed in festive costumes gather at the drum field to step on the drums. The Miao people show their clothing culture in this way. In the evening, young men and women sing songs, talk about love. Men ask women for sister meals, and girls hide tokens in sister meals to express their different feelings for men.